All right, Genesis Scottish Open this week at the Renaissance Golf Club. A Tom Doak, American designer for this golf course, a newer golf course as well, especially when you compare it to that part of the world. This is about 45 minutes south and to the east of Edinburgh. If you fly into Edinburgh, it's a 45-minute drive down there along the coast. It's right next to Muirfield. So obviously it's got older neighbors like Muirfield, North Berwick, Golan, some of the classic courses. Golan actually hosted this Scottish Open in the past. Remember 2015 when Ricky Fowler won there. But no, this is a tournament that's been played here the last 3 years, and typically double digits under par has won here, 20 under, 11 under, 18 under in those 3 years. So who do you like this week? What kind of players are going to favor? Obviously, the top of the cream of the crop. You can't go wrong with some of those guys. I start with Jon Rahm at 11,000. I know Scotty Scheffler 11,200. He looks good as well. 11,000. Jon Rahm, 7th last year at this course. He's comfortable on this golf course. He likes this golf course. And also off the tee, I spoke with Aaron Rai, the 2020 champion at this course. He said there's a lot of shaping off the tee. Rahm is really good with his creativity, with different shots he can play off the tee. I think it plays really well at a course like this. It's got some of the links and heathland with trees, kind of combination. And I think that plays well for a guy like Rahm. Remember how well he played in conditions at the Open Championship 2021 last year. He made that furious charge and finished in the top 5. I think this really helps to be back in an area of the world like that, where he thrives so well in this part of the world in the UK. So we'll see how Jon Rahm plays. And there's so many other guys. Obviously, Justin Thomas at 10-6. Can't go wrong with him. Finished tied for 10th last year. As did Xander Schauffele, another big favorite. He was tied for 10th. So you can't really go wrong with any of those guys. I would look down the list when you want to look at value. I want to look at somebody like Aaron Rai, who's a 2020 champion in this event. I spoke with him and I said, what is it about this golf course? What kind of challenge is it? And he said, off the tee is a really important thing. You're really shaping a lot of shots off the tee, right? For him, he loves that. He has no problem with driving accuracy, 24th on the PGA Tour. So he's a really good value pick for you this week because he already has won at this course, right? And he loves that he can shape and still find those fairways off the tee, right? So how can Aaron bring value to you? Well, he's also playing well at the moment. He just tied for 9th in the Irish Open just last week. A couple weeks before that, tied for 13th in Canada. His game is trending. He trended a couple years ago going into this tournament before he won. He actually had a 2nd place finish at the Irish Open, and boom, he went on to win here. This is a course he's very, very comfortable with. He said he loves the sight lines going into the greens as well, but also the greens and the complexes there themselves. He loves the way they match up for his game. So take somebody like Aaron Rai, good player for this week, 7,400. Another guy I would look with value, 6,900, Matthew NeSmith. Okay, tied for 19th there in his last start at the Travelers, playing really good golf. Remember, in the U.S. Open, he was early leader. He was right there by the lead. I think he finished the first day 1 shot behind the lead, but he was hanging around all day at Brookline, a tough golf course, finished tied for 37th. Also finished tied for 37th in the start at a hard course Memorial before that. So he's got some pretty good form. And going into a course like this, right, fast and firm conditions. I spoke with him this week about it. He said it's really fast, really firm. He likes that about this course, and he likes the views. He likes the challenge, the strategy of this golf course. Okay, he's 40th when it comes to shots gained total, shots gained tee to green, I should say, this year. And I think for a player in fast and firm conditions, this is a really good combination. Okay, he's 25th when it comes to greens and regulation. That's huge as well for a golf course that's going to require shot shape, as the past champion Aaron Rai had told us about. So, hey, you cannot go wrong with Matthew NeSmith. He's got form, and he's also got the types of tools in the bag for this kind of golf course. And beyond that, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I think one other player would be Ricky Fowler, 6,900 this week. Great value in DFS. He loves Scotland. He loves getting out here. You saw how much fun he was having in Ireland just a couple of days before, having pints with the guys. But he just loves the creativity. I spoke with him on tour this year about it. The creativity of links golf shots going into the greens. His irons, you got to get different iron shots, different types of shots, run up to these greens. So it's going to be interesting how he plays this week, but I love what he brings to the table. I know he missed the cut in his last start at Travelers, but he did have a couple good starts on tough golf courses. Southern Hills, top 25 there, as well as the top 25 at the Wells Fargo, which was playing really tough, if you remember, in the rain and tough conditions there in Washington, D.C. So there's a mixed bag with Fowler. Okay, will he have the form? But I think at 6,900, you cannot overlook what he could bring to the table there. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and subscribe if you like the content, and we'll catch you next week.